It's that time. Welcome back. Time once again for F1 2021 Driver Career Mode tonight. We're going to round 7 of the F2 season in Hungary. We completed round 6 of our Los Angeles team. That was in Canada. Of course, you can see 4 points, 2 more points there. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it already, it's up on the YouTube, and it's also up as an uploaded video here on Twitch. So you can watch it in nice high quality. Practice and qualifying from that session separated, or practice and qualifying separated from the race, I should say, for that race weekend. So if you want to catch practice and qualifying and the practice programs we won, you can. If you want to skip right to the race, you also can. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. It was a bit of a wild one, to say the very least. But we're back with the driver career mode. And it's Hungary. It's time for the F2 season to continue. Round 7 of 12, so the start of the second half of the season at a track that is quite difficult in a race that will also be difficult. Practice is going to be mixed of dry and wet. Sprint is going to be a mix of dry and wet. Everything else is going to be dry. Budapest is our destination for the long race at Hungaroring. Get underway with some practice first, and of course then we'll have obviously the full qualifying and the race with you. So look at Jack Aiken. Wish him a speedy recovery, by the way, in a horrible accident in an endurance championship he was racing in, and now he is currently recovering. We're going to load our Hungary setup. So what's our practice programs for today? First off, what's the weather like for today? We got a little bit of time, right? Because the rain is coming, so we got about 15-minute window at least in this session.
Remember, we have a number of practice programs to run. It'll be very beneficial for the team if we do these. This is the only session remaining to do them.
It looks like this is the last set, like the last 15 minutes are going to be wet. So do we have any that are DRS? Yes, it's track acclimatization. So track acclimatization requires DRS, so we're going to have to do that first. Same with fuel management. So let's go on to fuel management, shall we? Because once they disable DRS, we are not going to be able to obviously get that development boost.
In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can while keeping under the minimum lap time.
Sliding the tires is probably not a good idea. Right off the bat, we're making mistakes here. But yes, this is the Hungaroring. Not a look. Personally, I don't mind the track. It's not a fan favorite of mine. It's also incredibly difficult to overtake on this track. So we gotta stay pinned to the racing line, that's for sure. As best as we can. We gotta minimize the fuel. I've also never raced this track in an F2 car. So, this isn't the cleanest lap already, but this is an old setup as well. I am going to change all my setups. And I started with, I did the offline career mode I have, the Rumble Roses one. I did practice one at Spain, and I tried a new setup, right? Because obviously my Achilles heel, and it was in F2, and it was in F1, was that turn 8-9 combo, or turn 7-8 combo. Where the car really wants to step out. And I tried a new setup, and It's stuck
Program
pretty well.
complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Good, so we're going to go back to the garage, and we are going to prep for the track acclimatization development program. But yeah, I tried a new setup for Spain, and it felt a lot better. And
Right, try to nail as many corner gates
now
as
they
you can.
did.
The faster you get through each corner, the higher the score.
Thankfully, no racing line here. They did change the handling model a little for the game. That was in the last update. But my biggest problem is that I was using. So, for example, in Spain, I was using a 7.9 wing, and it's now a 7.11 wing, which is almost like the online setup or the online handling model. I completely am going to miss that gate. That is a completely fucked up corner. But the 7.11, even in the offline, works, and the suspension is completely different as well. So it's the cars do feel a little bit different. It doesn't feel like a complete total overhaul though. It's not like, ooh, whoa, what is that? What is that absolute frame drop that was there? I have it again. I missed the gate again, by the way. There we go. Oh, I greened it. Green 2 in a row. Not what I wanted to do. I want to be getting them purples, man. A lot of green here. I might not make the purple score. There you go. I'm at 295 right now. That puts me over the green score. That is a missed gate.
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple.
405, so I'm a little shy.
You can chain good corners together.
There we go, much better exit to turn 1 this lap round. Yeah, new handling model. Still getting used to it, obviously, because I just missed that gate. Turn 3 here is a little bit of a tricky one because it does kind of fall away from you a bit, right? The track does. The track wants to, at least, right? So I greened it. No. Oh, I'm starting way back there. It's alright. There we go. Much better. Much better exit. I greened, well, I spun. That's what I did. I spun. I greened turn 4. It's interesting. It's that apex that gets me. Whoa, bud. Oh. It's the apex turn. There we go, much better. Oh, but then I lost the rear. So that was good. And then it was the last part of that turn. It was the very last part of that turn that did it. So I'm having trouble with the apex. And then with the kick out. Yeah, that's the kick out. I was not quick enough. It doesn't want you to run wide. It wants you to keep it on the track there, see? You have more traction anyway, obviously. I missed the gate because I hit too much curb. The curb here curb here is pretty difficult because the sausage curb is so high, and if you take too much of the non-sausage curb, the back end wants to come out. Much better. Much smoother as well. It just feels a lot better. Now this one's a little bit tricky. This is almost like turn 4 where the car wants to continue, wants to understeer. And the DRS done.
Okay,
Nice.
test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
That's all 465. So we are going to do the last of the tests, which is race strategy. So tire wear, racing line, and drive a lap without leaving the track. Shouldn't be too bad.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
So this will take me right up to, I don't know actually. I don't have a clue about the times we're putting in. I haven't paid attention to the timing board.
We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes.
We should get this practice program in by then. Trying to go for the racing line development boost, obviously. The tire wear is an important one around Hungary as well, because Hungary tends to be a track, especially in the dry, that just nukes your tires because of the way the corners just kind of flow into each other. You only really have one main straight. You only have one straight, really. So because of the constant left, right, left, right, left, right, it is a track that tends to absolutely cook tires. I've lost the race. I literally lost the race line development boost right there at turn 14. She is a little loose. She's not too bad. Bang.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Now I can just drive the lap because I've got the development boost out of the way. There's Matsushita. Coming off a really good Silverstone and a really good Austria. What's interesting to note is that Giotto, who is falling down the leaderboard a bit here in the championship series, is currently P3 on the timing board, and Marina Sato, I don't think has picked up points, and if he has, it's not been very many so far this championship. It's currently P4. Next to Christian Lundgaard, who's found something in Silverstone to pick up points, I believe.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
First through the speed trap as well. 177.3. Not bad. It's that little lift there that helps us. Up the hill, nicely done. Car gets a little loose there because of the elevation change. That's not really anything to worry about. Outer tires, 21% on the front left. I think that front left's going to get a little cooked here all race long. So this will give us the practice program complete. We'll have 2 more optional laps to run. Coming in around minute 31.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
So this should take us up to about 23 minutes left. And for about the last 15 minutes, we're going to have rain, so. Now in the sprint race, we're going to have rain as well, remember. But in the feature race, we'll be dry. Sorry. I slept all day. I slept from like... Well, I went to bed last night around like midnight. Maybe a few minutes before, like 10 minutes before midnight. I woke up at 8:30. Went back to bed before 9. Woke up at like 11-ish, maybe 10:45. And I took an hour and a half nap as well from 4:30 to 6. So I pulled the Shumi and I slept all day pretty much.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Nice. Almost lost the back end there. But we're good. Delta looks really good on this last lap, so. Schumacher just went P3 in the timing board. Ilot's P5 now, so Sato's been kicked down the order. Schumacher's had a bit of an unlucky season, much like he did in F2. The year he won it. But yeah, we pretty tired. Tomorrow we're probably going to stream in the morning.
Job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Commentating in the afternoon. That is that done. We got, like I said, about 28 minutes left. So let's get back to the garage. See where we're at in terms of the weather. So it's about 15 minutes away, 10 to 15 minutes away.
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Thanks, Jeff. So let's get back out there and put some laps. We got two softs for the qualifying and the races. So this is for the, and then this is for the feature rate or the sprint. This is for the feature.
The car settings screen on your multifunction display will allow you to change various settings as you drive.
Sprint race.
Open the display with the MFD button. You can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change.
We could be on the wets to start that. It looks like it's going to be light rain for the entirety of the race, drying out the very, very, very end of the sprint race. So, sprint race will be
so
wet.
far, our fastest lap is a 1:30.8.
We'll be on the wets for the sprint race. There's no doubt about that. There's absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever. We'll be on the wets for the sprint race. What do we got? Three sets of wets. So, qualifying, dry. Should be dry as a bone, really, by the looks of it. I think qualifying's a half-hour session.
22nd in the speed trap, 177.2 miles per hour.
Are we really? Nobody out there is currently the quickest in the speed trap. Let's check the weather for the feature race. That's the only weather I didn't check, really. And it should be bone dry all the way through as well. Yeah, pretty much dry as a whistle. Actually, it should be wet as a whistle, isn't it? So it's just dry as a bone.
It's going to be a real test of all your skill here. The Hungaroring requires real precision and commitment. You're going to have to really trust the car, so make sure you spend some time getting it set up in a way that you're happy with.
Ain't that the truth? It's just turn after turn after turn after turn. We're 6/10 quicker than Sonoda, who is a 10th up on us in that middle sector. Theoretical session best is a 130.7. We're on a 130.8. We're the only drivers in the 130 right now. So 15 minutes to go. I've been a massive lag spike. Okay. Let's get back out there, I say. Actually, I just accelerated time, and now the rain's probably like right there. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes away. Let's go. Oh, it's like a buzzing in my ear now. I don't know what happened. Let's go out there and try and get some laps in. That's not what I wanted to do. We're really only going to be able to put maybe 3 laps in here. Try to improve our time. Try to get a nice, good exit out of that corner. Down the straight. Looking good so far. Also a little bit of time in that turn 4. Invalidated the lap. What the fuck? Let's have another go. Invalidated the lap. What the fuck? All right, let's have another go. I think I'm going to be a little bit slower this lap, but we'll see. Especially now that I'm going to be held up by Louis Delatraz. But I do get a slipstream all the way down the straight. I fucking broke way too late. There we go. Oh, I see. I think I see rain on the track. I think it's raining. Yep, there it is. It's raining. How long is the track going to stay in these conditions? That's the question. How long is it going to deteriorate? And I don't know if we're going to be able to get another lap in.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
We're 1.3 seconds off our delta pace anyway. This track is going to continue deteriorating. I am going to continue to spin the car.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Okay, there we go. We stuck it in the end. Oh, I gotta get to the line. Hold on, we didn't quite. Not yet. There we go. We're home free now. Yeah, I mean, look at the pit. Look at the pit lane already. Look at the puddles forming in the pit lane already. Like, track is just gonna just deteriorating way too quickly to even consider doing another one in the dry. So that's going to be it for the session, really. Might throw a pair of inters on and just see how it is for like a lap or two. That's about all we have time for, really. So. Oh, we don't even have inters. We have wets. That's it. We got 6 minutes left. I think it's definitely conditions for them. How's the car feeling in the wet?
We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid.
How do you not have the data, man? Is it raining? Is it not raining? Let's get across the line. Then let's test.
Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now.
The fuck? You just have to take a lot of care. You just have to take a lot more care with the wet tires. Oh, she slid. I spun. Somehow didn't get a track extension warning for that slide. Even though I basically didn't even take the second half of that chicane. That is going to be the tricky part. Turns 4, 3, 4, 13, and the chicane are going to be the tricky parts in the wet here. Or 13, I should say, not even 14, 13. So 3, 4, 13, and the chicane, which I believe is 6 and 7, are going to be the tricky parts in the wet. Final lap of the practice session. We did a 144 in the wet. We did a 130 in the dry. Let's see if we can improve our wet time. Little slide there. A better chicane this time. Not great. Still not great, but much better. That's for sure.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
Yep, Jeff. This is going to be a much better time in the wet, I think. Or could be a much better time in the wet, that's for sure. No, it's about the same. It's a 143. It's a second quicker. So, feels okay in the wet. You have to be really careful in the brake in the wet. The car wants to slide a lot with the little bit of elevation changes and a lot of different turns as well. The car just wants to kind of slide a lot on the brakes. You can't hard brake, but you have to going into the chicane.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session. Then here are your top 3: Duchess, Sonoda, and Mick Schumacher. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F2 action soon.
Markelov finished 20th. But, yeah, you kind of have to hard brake going into the chicane because you're on a straight, a mini straight, if you will. So you want to hard brake it because you want to take all that momentum very late and then just brake down and then turn into the chicane. But that straight is so short that the rear kind of wants to slide a little bit. So it's either going to be brake not as hard, but for longer, or just brake earlier. You know, and really decided what it's going to be at. Drive for the qualifying, though. That'll be fine. Drive for the feature race. Drive for or the mix of it's going to be mainly wet for the sprint race. Let's go into qualifying here. F2 qualifying, round 7 at Budapest. Second half of the F2 season. <clears throat> 12 races long, the F2 season, and we got a fault. Right away, we got a fault. Let's see what Jeff says.
Right, a little bit of an electrical problem at the moment. We're working on it now, so don't worry. We're going to get you out there as soon as possible.
It's not that bad. Minute 15, whatever. It's not that bad, really. So, electrical systems have faulted. And we are waiting for the timer to run out before we can get back on track. Sato's out right away. We're going to have to qualify on the softs. Pedro PK going out as well. It's a lot of dirt that just kicked up there. It's a little dirty around this track. Markelov going out now. That's our teammate Marina Sato's on his out lap already. He's already... Nah, he's at the... Is that the chicane he's at? Yeah. Sean Galeo's out now. Ticked him. Nobuharu Matsushita. But Sato leads the pack. And we are done with the mechanical fault.
It's pretty quiet out on track.
We're going, Jeff. We're going. Don't worry. Stop crying your heart out. We're going, Jeff. Oh, yeah, the softs feel way better than the mediums. Like, oh my God, do these tires feel so superior than what I had on in practice. Like, oh my, it's so different. It's night and day between the softs and the hards. You can see, by the way, that we got 27 days left on this podium pass, 26 I think now. Now we are Prestige Level 3. We just hit Prestige Level 3 coming out of practice. So, same as before. We'll run these career modes up until we max out the podium pass. And then we will be back to F1 2012 for a little bit of retro fun. Trying to finish up that career. Trying to not spin the car there in Hungary. We're in our third season there. I think third season, 7th race. Which I believe is Canada. So you should be coming back to F1 2012 real soon. A little bit of retro gaming real soon. And it'll be at Canada, I believe. There's also going to be and a few more streams starting next week, because Wednesday is our last day. It's our last league race in our season, so we would have right now 2 weeks off, but season 2 might get delayed because we just don't have the really the signups for season 2. I think we have 1 sign up for season 2. Or 2, I think, actually now. I think it's 2. So season 2 might be delayed. And if that's the case, well, you'll be getting a lot more streams, that's for sure. I see track is pretty busy. 12 cars there. 130.3 is what we did.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1
Might not
minute
be good enough for
30.3.
pole. Schumacher's only on a 130.5, so I think we go back out there. I think we run a second lap. We gotta run a second lap here. You see how much that back end wants to just constantly step out. It's specifically in second gear that it wants to do that. Specifically second gear. Nice. She stuck through that corner. She stuck through that one as well. And we didn't get a track extension warning. So there's great curves like that one there on the inside that just are very dangerous. Yeah, that's a track extension. Almost got away with it. It was really good through the chicane, that's why. There we go. I think we just lost it. I think we just lost the lap. We did. Let's go again. Ah, well, we definitely lost a car there. That's God, a track extension, man. I'm trying to not max everything. Like, I'm trying to not go as, like, max hard on the brakes, max hard on the steering, max hard on the accelerator while I'm turning. Because I think that'll smooth out some of these corners where the car is very twitchy. And that's where I can find some time. But it's very hard to do. Feels good. I'm not watching. I don't have my eye on the Delta like in the previous lap, so this feels good. go, and that's an improvement by about a 10th.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
Well, we got no fuel. We got no fuel, so we're back into the pits. We got nothing, honey. We got nothing. So back into the pits we go. Mick is 0.3 slower, and Tictum's on a flying lap. That's to be, Mick is on an end lap. Is it Matsushito's also on a flying lap? No, it's Roy Nisani, who's also on a flying lap. So, I think we can probably fast forward time. If I could turn forward. No, that's not that. That's not the song. So, they're going to all go out there for one more lap. We'll see if we can stick. Are they going to go right at the end of the session? I thought they would have come out a little bit earlier. They're going to go right at the end of the session. We're going to risk it. We're going to risk it. And so everybody says, oh, we didn't get pole. I think Mick just beat us I think Mick beat us by hundreds. I don't think we got pole. I think we got P2.
The grid is all set for the race
We did.
tomorrow.
Mick beat us.
Before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top
God,
three,
you got to be kidding
which
me.
are Schumacher, Duchess, and Marcus Armstrong. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the feature race gets itself underway.
So Schumacher gets the points for Prima. This is the second time this season he's beat us to pole. He is 19/1000ths of a second quicker than us, so that it's such a fine margin. But Mick gets pole. Marcus Armstrong in the ART did really well. He gets P3. Then it's Aiken in the Campos with one of his best performances for 4th. Tictum is 5th. Sonoda is down there in 6th. Kulamailat 7th. Nobuharu Matsushita 8th. Roy Nisani for Trident coming in P9. Pretty good pretty good start for him. Christian Lundgaard 10th. Jihan Daruvla 11th. Guan Yu Zhou is 12th. Louis Delatraz in the Charouz, who's been pretty much bottom the entire season, is in 13th. Nikita Mazepin 14th. Pedro Piquet is 15th. Gulamhir Samaya is 16th. Artem Markelov, our teammate, is down in P17. Schwartzman is 18. Sato 19. Giotto 20. Oh, it's Djokovic in 21st. Galil in 22nd. So, Christian Lundgaard is towards the bottom. Actually, Louis Delatraz is 12th. Beg your pardon. So, Lundgaard gets 10th, and Samaya is down there in 16th. So, but we're P2 to start the feature race. We got pipped to it by Mick for the second time this season. So, he has 2 poles. I have 5. He's going to be starting the feature race on pole position, and we're going to be on the. We're going to be in second place, and we'll take the top 8, I believe, from the feature race and reverse grid order them for the sprint race. So feature race coming up next. First, I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna take about a 3-minute break, maybe 5-minute break. We'll be right back with the feature race from Hungary. Don't miss it. We're gonna run ads, so if you got ad block, throw the ad block on, will you? And hopefully that'll get rid of all the ads for the feature race. So we'll be back with the feature race in about 5 minutes time. All right. A little bit extended. All right. It's like 8 minutes, not 5. It's all right. We're back. We're back. We are back. Oh my God, we're back again. It's time for the feature race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get underway. Cinematics.
It's time for this weekend's Formula 2 race here at the Hungaroring, a popular track with a lot of history.
I don't know about
I'm
popular,
sure we're in for
mate.
an absolute thrill
I
ride
don't know about
race
that.
today. The Hungaroring is located 12 miles northeast of the capital, Budapest. It's 2.7 miles long, featuring 14 corners, and it's got a reputation for making overtaking difficult. Nevertheless, there's a history of some truly exceptional races here. Let's hope that our Formula 2 drivers can serve up some more of that today. Joining me for all today's excitement, a man who is no stranger to this challenging circuit, Davide Valsecchi. Davide, Hungaroring can be a tricky beast to master. What insight can you give us about today's race?
Ciao Alex, as you say, the circuit can be challenging. There's a lot of slow corner which can make overtaking very frustrating. This will be a good test of this young driver's patience. Waiting for the perfect moment to make an attack will be the key to moving up through the field today.
Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations. Mick Schumacher lines up on pole position, and Duchess completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Armstrong, Aitkip, Daniel Ticktum, and Sonoda, Ilott, Matsushita, Nissani, Christian Lundgaard, Deruvala, Joe, Louis Delatraz, and Mazepin, Piquet, Samaya, Markelon, and Robert Schwartzman. Sato,
Wow,
Giotto,
Schwartzman's 18th.
Dragovic, and Sean Galeal completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Yes, it is. As it's time.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Thanks, Jeff. Really appreciate it. Now, interesting. I like the personalized. This is definitely going to be the strat, though. That is going to be it. And then here, that is going to be that. So, that's our strategy. Tire wear is probably going to be not great, but it is going to be what it is. I expect it to be a 55-minute race. I remember we get up to an hour. And yeah, I think it should be a good race. I think we're gonna really struggle towards the end of the life of these tires, especially the mediums there. But let's see how we do. We're in P2, which is still kind of like doable with the way turn 1 is. So we'll see how we fare. But let's get into it. Mick Schumacher pips us by 18/100ths of a 1,000th, beg your pardon,
Right,
of a
let's
second.
get the
So
car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning
we
the
gotta
gears,
follow
so
him
go
to the
through them
grid.
all if you can.
we gotta follow old Schumi to the grid.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
All right. Speaking of Schumi, I'm trying to get actual Schumi to go to Longwood Gardens for the Christmas display because I don't think she's ever been, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I was there when I was a kid, and it was magnificent. I always wanted to go back. And I've been back for their summer displays, which are equally as magnificent, but I wanted to go back to the Christmas displays, so. But then again, my work schedule just changed, so next week is Monday to next week is Monday to Friday, and then I'm on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Which is just like, it's just terrible. But honestly, we'll make the most of it. We'll use those Wednesdays to get ahead in the stock market and things like that. But fucking not a great schedule. Not happy that I'm on that schedule either. But they need the help, and this is probably the last year I'll flex like this if I can.
Keep an eye on the lights.
Been there too long, getting too old for that shit.
Begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be
Really?
ready with the clutch.
So, waiting for the grid to form up. They're pretty much formed. We are getting ready to go underway here. Oh, what a start. We got a pretty good start. We're right alongside Schumacher going down the turn one. He's going to be slightly ahead. We got a challenger on our inside. Oh, it's 3 wide. Ooh, it's 3 wide. Is that Jack Aiken? That's Jack Aiken, who dove up from 4th place on the grid to take P2. He's fighting with Schumacher currently down in turn 3. He's going to sell into P3 though, so Aiken's up a position. Meanwhile, we got the lead. We took the lead from Schumacher. That was tough.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking
That was
care
very
of them.
dangerous as well. Any one of us could have put a foot wrong and lost the wing or something. But instead, we are out there in the lead. Schumacher's trying to stay very close. It'd be great to be able to break DRS before lap 3. That's the intention, at least. We put in the fastest lap of 39.2. Trying to hang right with us though. Kind of difficult, man. That middle sector I already know I'm not as quick at, obviously, as well. We knew that from practice, so. Oh, it was pretty good. That corner felt really good. Ah! It's purple through sector 1. What's it going to be through sector 2? It's purple through sector 2. I would have thought that would have changed over to green. This Mick looks like he had a much stronger sector 2. We always lose it a little bit there on that turn. Oh, the tires slid. Not a great turn for me. Mick's going to be on our case. Mick has put in the fastest lap. That's a 33.9. He has got some pace, bro.
Fastest lap of the race so far.
He's got some fucking pace. DRS is enabled as well. He had it on us going down into turn 3. broken it though. We're outside a second. We gotta maintain it though. Going down in towards the front straight. There we go. Much better middle sector for me. Much better middle sector for me. This is the turn where we usually lose it a little. Stuck that a little bit better, but he's still gaining time. And then through the final turn. So he does not have DRS. Neither does Aiken behind him.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the
But we
race.
blitzed that
We're leading
fastest
our
lap,
teammate by
33.0.
12.8 seconds.
He will not have DRS when it's going down into turn 3. Not a great exit to that turn. I gotta admit, he is so quick. What has made Mick so quick around this track? That's my concern. Because remember, we don't have great pace in the wet. And that's where the sprint race is going to start is in the wet. You remember in Monaco in the wet, we've really struggled. So, if he's got the pace in the dry, the question is, what is his pace going to be like in the wet? Should we be concerned? Because if we do win this race, we will start P8. If we don't win this race, say we come second, we start P7. And now the challenge there will be cut through the field and try to get ahead or stay ahead of Mick. We're increasing the gap a little bit each lap, which is nice. And the gap is now 2.5 seconds, but he's got the pace that it makes you realize you've got to be on it every single lap. Right? We have got to make sure we nail every apex, every lap. To stay ahead of Mick. And to keep building that advantage. He is already 3 seconds ahead of Aiken, who is in P3. Yuki Tsunoda's up to 5th. Armstrong is 4th.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. As things stand, we'll be leading the championship.
Goddamn right we will be. We are the championship leaders currently over Yuki Tsunoda. And BWT HWA are the current constructors leaders as well. Opened up a wide gap on Carlin, who was in second place. All right. Nice. Smooth operator. as signs would say. I like Carlos Sainz actually a lot. I'm starting to like him a lot more. I was kind of indifferent towards him, that's all. Same with Leclerc. But I like Sainz more and more. There's a 132.9, so the new fastest lap of the race. 37 laps for the feature race. Which we did not get pole position for. Mick got the 4 points for pole. One thousandths of a second is what separated us. Alright, nice. We're gaining time on him though. We're 4 seconds in front. But he has got a lot of pace. He's already 4 seconds in front of third place as well, Jack Aiken, so. Aiken having a phenomenal performance for Campos, by the way. He could be on for a podium. It would be his first of the season. Boom, another fastest lap. 132.7. We were in the 130s in qualifying, remember? I think it was in a 130.2. I think we both were 130.2s for qualifying. Track extension warning. That's only our first, though. A little too much of that inside curve, almost lost it, but we kept it in the end. Really understeer there at turn 12 as well. Or that's 11, beg your pardon, this is 12. That is a bullshit track extension warning. This car just did not want to turn. It just feels like he's still so close because I can see him on the mini map. But I know we're quicker.
The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form.
Yep, we know. There's a gap between him and Aiken as well. Like, just Jack is 5 back. Like. It's amazing that he's just that much quicker. Like, that's the thing that surprises me, is that he's just that much quicker. I actually think in real life Mick will be fine. I think he's a fine racer. I think he's an absolute class act as well. I think he's a phenomenal. I think he holds himself phenomenally well. That felt really good, that turn 12. Turn 13, always a bit tricky for me. Back end wants to step all the time, you can see. And then understeery in 14. So 133 flat that time. Yeah, I really like Mick in real life. I like him as a Formula One driver. I think his teammate has a lot to learn and might not be good enough for Formula One. But I think you gotta give him another season, Mazepin. See if he improves. Hopefully the Haas car itself improves as well. Same with Williams. I actually think Latifi's okay. I think Albon's going to be amazing though. I love Albon. I think Albon's a great driver. I'm glad he's back in Formula One, that's for sure. I think he deserves it. I don't think he deserved a year off on the sidelines, even though he's at Red Bull. I don't know why Red Bull even dropped him. I mean, I understand Perez, and Perez is a great racer. I actually really like Perez as well. But nice. Shoot me about 7 seconds back now. Nice. Feels good, man. Feels good to have to be able to find a pace over Schumacher.
Gap to teammate
Pipped us to
behind
pole.
is 34.0 seconds.
I'm wondering if we're going to hit lap traffic. I'd imagine we would at some point. How are the tires is the question. 23% for the front left. And that's halfway through our pit window as well, so. Tires are probably going to be at around like 50% when we come into pit. So they're wearing okay. They're going to be okay, the tires. The concern is you can cook them here at Hungary pretty well.
The gap behind us is 7.5 seconds.
But even then, you can see they're staying cool. It's not like Portugal. The Portugal I did in the offline season, the offline career mode I have. And that front left was on 104 pretty much the entire race. I mean, it is just a tire that just gets cooked. With the elevation changes, that long sweeping right-hander that you take flat pretty much at the end of the lap, every lap. Yeah, that tire was on like 104 the entire time. My tire wear there was not good. It's not bad here. I'm not overheating them, despite the historical data saying that this is a track that they do get overheated at. I'm not cooking them. You see 94, 95 is about as hot as that front left gets all lap long. Alright, maybe 96. But even then, that's nothing to concern myself with.
That was the fastest lap of the
That
race.
was the fastest
Keep
lap,
this up.
132.7. It's just a quicker
The car
132.7.
behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
We are 8.8 ahead of Schumi. We are 16.9 ahead of Aiken. Aiken is a good 9 seconds off of Schumacher. 9-8 seconds as well. I took way too much inside curve there. Armstrong's still P4. He wants to challenge Aiken for that P3. He's only 5/6 tenths back. But only another 8 tenths back from him is Yuki Tsunoda. The championship rival, our championship rival. And I think really the only man who could probably contest this for the title, although his teammate, Jihan Deruvalo, is not far off from Tsunoda in the standings.
Great work. That's a new
32.5, it's a new fastest lap. Despite all the pushing, we're doing fine on fuel. About 35 seconds needed for the pit stop, really. So we are going to be racing on pit stops. It's unlike Baku and it's unlike Austria, where we had a lot of pace. We can put a pit stop gap worth and really nullify any slow pit stops. We might be able to if we can get the gap to like 15. I could say, yeah, if we have a slow stop, we'll still be okay. But definitely in Austria and definitely in Azerbaijan, we had way too much. We had so much pace that we were able to really nullify anything and everything. I think we finished the Azerbaijan race like 40 seconds ahead or something. It was something ridiculous. Another fastest lap, a quicker 32.4 now.
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
It's a little less than that, Jeff, but yeah. We're looking good. Pit stop around lap 25. So about nine laps from our pit stop. 10 laps from our pit stop, I should say. No, 9 laps to the pit stop. 9 laps to the pit stop, but 22 from the end. Nice. Car feels good. Managed to really find a spot where I can race and it doesn't feel too jittery. Just kind of found the zone, you know what I mean? Like I'm in that flow state right now. With the way the car feels. Just kind of found that zone. Of how far I can push the car. We have 2 more league races. Monday is Hungary, actually, this track. And then Wednesday is Singapore, and then the season is over. Title already won. And yeah, that felt really good, I gotta say, to win the season. Had a lot of issues. One line, I feel like the car handles a lot better. The cars in general handle a lot better. They're not as oversteery as they can be in offline. But
That was the fastest lap of the race.
another fastest lap. It's a 32.0 now. I mean, how many times have we set the fastest lap in this race? Maybe 7, 8 of the 18. Schumacher now 12.8 back. That's, oh, I would have thought that was a track extension warning. I would have thought we were going to get a track extension warning there. All right. Oh God, that was close as well. He's done well. Aiken is now 11 back, 11 and a half back from Schumacher. Still ahead of Armstrong, and it's still Sonoda, so the order top 5 hasn't changed. It is a very difficult track to overtake on. That's for sure. This track lends itself no favors to overtaking. Does have to be said. And that's a dance that's come out of the pits.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
I think I'm fine, Jeff. Front left's only 36%, so. I think all things considered, Jeff, I'm fine. This is Dan Ticktum. Ooh, a nice spawn. Now Ticktum, did he? So Schwartzman got a warning for a collision with Sato. Sato got a warning for a collision with Schwartzman. Oh, Ticktum had to pit because of his front wing. So that's his second pit stop. Same with Sato. They went on to the softs. They're doing medium soft softs. And Matsushita's out of the session. That's unfortunate for him. Did he blow something? Did Matsushita blow an engine? That's Aiken. That's Sonoda. This is Nobuharu. Oh yeah, his engine's blown. Oh yeah. That's a blown engine. That's a shame. He's so far off the track, I don't think a safety car is needed. So Matsushita's out. We're gaining on Jack Aiken here, who's had to, or not Jack Aiken, sorry, Dan Ticktum, who's had to make 2 pit stops. So now he is in danger of being blue flagged. I think he is about to be as well. There it is. A blue flag.
Yellow flag.
And a yellow flag here in Sector 1 because there's Matsushita off to the side. Now do I get, I was going to say, he moved over in yellow flag conditions to let me by. Am I allowed to make that pass? According to the game, yes. So we have lapped 2 cars because Sato has come out of the pits behind me, so. So we're ahead of Dan Ticktum, we're ahead of Marina Sato, which is a shame because he had a good qualifying session. At least, well, he had a good practice session. I actually don't think he had a good qualifying session. Same with Ticktum. But I just briefly can see the dot of Mick Schumacher on a mini-map. He's 13.7 back from us. He's almost 13 seconds ahead of Aiken. That was not a great corner for myself. She just feels really good, this car. I gotta say, the softs feel... Yeah, that was a bullshit extension. That was my bad. That was all my B. The mediums don't feel as twitchy as they did in the practice. Like, I'm a lot more confident on the car now. Ooh, Khalil's out of the session. What happened here? Let's get the replay up. Sean Khalil's out of the session. That's Sato Ticktum. Oh, he's blown an engine. His engine's just straight up blown. And you see this. Oh, that's not him. Where is he? Where is he? He's got to be somewhere. Oh, there he is. So he's racing coming out of the... Oh, he's already blown the engine at this point. That's a shame. And he's on the front stretch. The front straight. This is not great. He's gonna park up right here where the crane is. That is not great. Are we gonna get a virtual safety car? Are we gonna get a safety car? Are we gonna just maintain racing is the question. He is not in a great spot, honestly. If I was race director, I'd have thrown a safety car. Yellow flag here. No, he's already cleaned up. He's already gone. So very quick from the crew to get him off the track. He's already gone. We can maintain racing. Nicely done by the stewards. So 2 DNFs. Matsushita and Galil. Shame for Matsushita. He's come off 2 really back-to-back weekends that were fantastic for the MP Motorsport driver. And he will not score points in this feature race. Reminder, we still have the sprint race coming up after this. So, sprint race to follow in the wet, of course. We found quite a bit of pace in the race. We didn't in qualifying.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Schumacher pipped us to qualifying. To pole, I should say. By 19 or 18 1,000ths of a second. Approaching the pit window, which means we are pitting in 2 laps. 44% for our front left. Nice. Tire management actually around here is not too bad, all things considered. We've done pretty well with tire management. Let's get a 23 laps in the books. Let's get a full race up.
You're leading the pack. P1 Schumacher is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 15.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Your pit window opens next lap. 14 laps to go.
14 laps to go. I don't know where our teammate is. I'd imagine he's in P7. I'm going to guess P17.
You're pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
I don't know about that one, Jeff.
We're leading our teammate by 52.3 3 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 14th. The time last lap was a 1:33.7.
Maybe it's because pit stops started happening. The danger that we can get into is if he's pitting a lap ahead of us, say, he could come into the pits when we're rounding out the final sector. And then we would have to seriously consider not double stacking and staying a lap out. We'll see what the team decides, what his strategy is. I don't know what his strategy is, so we'll see what his strategy is, if that's the case.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
Roger that, Jeff. We're to push now. It's a 16.4 second lead over Schumacher. That is crap. Ah! Ah! We'll see how we do on the softs. Remember, they felt amazing in qualifying. We're at a point now where I'm very comfortable in these mediums. I just feel like I can do the whole race on this set. They're just very, very comfortable. Doesn't matter, we're boxing, and in we come. Boxing, we hit the limiter a little early, so this is going to be quite a long pit stop, but see where we're at.
Go, go, go.
6.4 was the stop. Schumacher's coming behind. Is that Schumacher's coming behind me? And he's pitting now. 30-second pit stop.
Look after these tires now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Everybody's pitting. Everybody's pitted same lap here. Eilert, Lundgaard, all them not having not pitted. It's now the teams, the drivers who aren't prioritized, who are in third, fourth, fifth, because they don't want to double stack the team in the pit. They don't want to double stack in the pit, so. We have lost about 6 seconds, 7 seconds to Schumacher in the pit stops. Now, pressure's on to just stay ahead in these last 12 laps. A little loose there. We're gaining time again. You can imagine Eilert, Lundgaard, Grubla all pitting this lap, I think. In fact, there goes goes Isla and Lugard and Darula. So yes.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 5/10 per lap.
We should see a message that says column is pitted. Yep, there it is. Column is, or not column, Artem.
Artem is in the pits. Artem in the pits.
Big piece of news is that in the pits, Sonoda has passed Armstrong in the pit, so he's up to P4. Oh, DRS is not working. We have a mechanical fault with DRS. We're 28 ahead of Aiken though. Like that is, look at the gap between Schumacher and Aiken. That is massive. Sorry. <clears throat> 130.8 now, fastest lap. Not the best corner. I broke a little too late. It's all good. I am all over the place. I mean, all over the shop. That corner felt amazing. I feel like I have to get used to the tires all over again. I feel like I'm not used to these softs from the qualifying session. .9 that time. Trying to get the extra points for the fastest lap, of course, which we currently do hold, but that 130.8.
Gap to teammate behind is 52.4 seconds.
It's not as quick as Schumacher's time in qualifying. My concern is that you could just crack out another lap, like close to that, maybe like a 135 or 130.4 or something like that. In the race as we get closer towards the end of it. There's not long to go now. There's only 9 laps, so. I'm trying to set a fastest lap that's even quicker than my 130.8 that's on the board right now. Purple in sector 1 will help. Green in sector 2, that'll still help. Remember, last lap was a 130.9, so not far off our best. There we go. This feels good, and it looks good. It's a 30.2. It's very, very close to our qualifying time. We just put that in with 8 laps of fuel in the car. Or really 9 laps of fuel in the car. That should be a good enough lap to hold up for the rest of the race. red in sector 1. Oh, I took way too much inside curve there. That's going to leave me out a little wide. That was terrible. It's alright. We just got to see it at home from here. Ran wide. It's alright. 130.8. At least there's consistency, right? Consistency is key, especially when it comes to racing. Consistency is so key. Too much inside curve at 4. Or is this 6? There we go. Starting to come into the tires a little bit, must admit. Still no DRS, it's still not working. But it's fine. I mean, we haven't been in within a second of a car anyway, all race long really. We just not have been in DRS zones all race. So this I think that we're approaching. Run down to turn 1. I think it's Felipe Drugovich, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's look at the race director real quick. I think it's either PK or it could be Delatraz, but I actually think it's Drugovich. If it's Derulo, that is going to be a disaster for Carlin. That means he's running what? 18th? And they want points, man. They're trying to pip us to the constructors. Markelov basically put a stamp on first place for our team by actually bringing home points the last race weekend. The last 2 race weekends, really. It really put Carlin on the back foot. We have 2 drivers a lap down. That's Sato and Tictum. Race victory number 13 in a row here. I'm feeling the next one's going to be a little difficult to do because of the wet. Whatever it is, they're about to be a lap down. About to get that blue flag. It's Sato again. Oh, because we pitted. So there's nobody at lap down right now. But that's about to change because Sato is about to go a lap down. How far back is our teammate?
They're on old softs. They're in 14th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 32.4.
Oh, he doesn't tell me the gap.
The drivers we're fighting here are Schumacher and Aiken.
I'm surprised, first of all, I'm surprised Aiken's not in there. Look at the gap that's opened up between Tsunoda and Armstrong. Holy shit. That's like 14 seconds. What happened? I'm also curious as to like how far up the road from Tictum cars like our teammate are. Because Tictum's running 19th, our teammate's running 14th. But Isla is 52 seconds back. Laps are only a minute 30. So if Tictum had to take an extra pit stop, it's like an extra 25 seconds, 30 seconds. So was 5th to like 18th just one giant train, or is it actually spaced out? And like Tictum's gained time, probably gained time through the laps. Definitely not enough to cut the pit stop gap down completely, or eliminate it, I should say.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
Yeah, Schumacher's had really good pace in the softs, comparable to ours, which is probably why he pipped us to pole in the qualifying session. Granted, it was barely anything separating us. It was 19/100ths of a second. No, it was 19/1000ths of a second. I beg your pardon. Are we going to catch him? We're probably not going to catch Tictum. He's in the front straight already. So he's put a lot of time between him and Sato. We almost lost it on that inside curve. Same thing again at I think 4, or that might be 5. So this is 3. This is 4. Yeah, turn 5. Too much at 5 on that inside curb. This is 6, that leads you down to the chicane 7 and 8. They don't count turn 2 That's counted in real life as turn 2 of the game. This is 13. And then this is 14, and that's the final turn.
This is your final lap of the race.
Final lap of the race. It's been a pretty straightforward race. It's been a pretty Hungarian race, to be honest with you. This is kind of what you get at Hungary. This is obviously 1. Now this here usually counts as 2, but they're not in the game. We're counting it all as a straight, and then this becomes 2. So that's 3. Feetball! What's up, Feetball? Hey, Benny. Hey, man. This is 4 then. So that means this is 5. Wah! How you been, Feetball? So the chicane is here is 6 and 7. 8. 9. This is 10, whoop, 11. The start of sector 3 after 11. Not much, I can't sleep. Yeah, it's getting late there, man. It's like 3 a.m., bro. 12. Well, you came to the perfect place, man. 13. The perfect place when you can't sleep, because I'm so boring, I could put it to you. I could put you to sleep. 14. Ah! And that is the checkered flag. Easy, very straightforward race of the Hungaroring.
I want a pizza, Jeff.
Give me my fucking pizza, Jeff. My hand,
Fantastic
it's 3:13 a.m.
Fantastic. You deserve that race.
My hand hurts after gaming. I said, what were you playing, man? Were you playing Warzone? Drugovic gets driver of the day.
A nearly flawless performance.
I mean,
here,
it was
Ben,
pretty
and
flawless.
a commanding victory. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
Davide never speaks, by the way. He always gets asked, Davide, can you break this race down for us? And Davide's just asleep.
To be. Here
He's
come
just
the
flat.
top 3 then,
He's
out
just flat
onto the
asleep.
podium.
Aiken, though,
after a
gets 3rd place.
fascinating
Aiken.
race.
3rd place for him. Nicely done. Mick Schumacher, a lot of pace? No, I only fall. Nah, just stop it. Stop it. My voice is terrible. Sorry for commentating. Schumacher had a lot of pace. He gets P2, even though he took the 4 points from qualifying off of us. We win the race. Yeah, I played Warzone, got dubbed with 17 kills. Nice, man. How long did you play for, though, man? Why's your hand hurt? Did you play like
And
6
now,
hours
let's take a look
non-stop?
at the driver's stand. Duchess increases their championship lead. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Felipe
Where is
Drugovic.
Drugovic?
That was a quality drive from start to finish. He can be proud of that one.
On to the
He's
teams
up
then.
4
Meanwhile,
places,
a
man.
strong weekend from ART this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. After
Couldn't
all
give
this
us, like,
drama, you'd be
Daruvla.
mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Okay, so feature race standings 3 hours. Interesting, because usually, I mean, my hand would hurt a little bit, because I'm assuming you're on controller for Warzone. It's still hard to play with a cast. That's right, you still have the cast on. Yeah, I can imagine. How's the head? Matsushita DNFs, Galil DNFs, right? So those are your 2 non-finishers. Sato finishes 19th after a busted wing. Tictum does the same. He finishes 19th, or I'm sorry, Sato finished 20th after a busted wing. Tictum goes from 5th to 19th after he busts his. No, I was on keyboard. Really? What is it? Your left hand that hurts or your right? Lucas Giotto continues to struggle in the high tech. Remember, he was an early top 5 car. He hasn't scored points in like 3 or 4 races. He's down there in P18. Felipe Drugovic is P17. Schwartzman gets 16. Golohimir Samaya gets 15th. Our teammate improves 3 to 14th. That's where he will start the sprint race. Head's fine. I got my stitches out on Friday. Good shit, bro. Good shit. That's good to hear. PK's up to 13th. Mazepin is in 12th. Delatraz 11th, and then Guan Yu Zhou improves from 13th to 10th to secure a point. My left hand, my movement hand. I mean that to me that makes sense, because like when I used to play Unreal Tournament a lot, and I'm talking like 15, 16 hours a day, my left hand would be the one that would hurt. The WASD hand, basically. That shit would always hurt. So I get that. But I can imagine it's hard to play with the cast on that hand as well. Christian Lundgaard gets 2 points. He finishes 9th. The answer was, it was just like one giant train between fucking 5th and 18th. I mean, there's only 9 seconds, 10, 11 seconds that separated them, so. Jihan Darubala for Carlin gets 4 points. Dasani for Trident scores more points. Look at that, 6 for him. Marcus Armstrong finishes 6th, down 3 from his 3rd place start. He had a terrible start off the line that really couldn't really recover from it. Colin Milot goes up 2 to finish 5th from 7th. Yuki Tsunoda improves 2 to finish 4th from 6th. That gives Carlin 16 points on the race. We, of course, scored 27, though. Jack Aiken in Campos, his first podium of the Formula 2 season. He is in P3. Schumacher gets P2 to go with his 4 points from qualifying, to give him 22 on the weekend. And we finish P1. What does that put the driver standing? I wish you good night. It was really hard and odd to play. Oh, nice. I wish you a good night, though. I'm trying to get some sleep. All right, Fipo, thanks for stopping by. Good night, man. I hope you fall asleep instantly. And, yeah, man, have a good night. Golahimir Samaya for the Campos remains bottom of the table. Pedro Piquet for Charouz also without points in 21st. Marino Sato is in 20th. There are only 3 drivers yet to score points after Christian Lundgaard's ART picked up 2. He moved up to 18th ahead of Nikita Mazepin, who's also on 2, by the way. Sean Galil is in 17th on 4, with Felipe Drugovich also on 4 in 16th on countback. Roy Nissany solidifies his 15th place position with 12 points now. Lucas Chateau is down in 14th on 20 points. Louis Delatraz on 29 for Charouz is in 13th. Artem Markelov for BWT HWA Race Lab is down a position to 38th after Jack Aiken's podium puts him on 44 points and up to P11. Robert Schwartzman in the Prima is down to 10th on 47 points. Guan Yu Zhou with his 1 point will go up to 9th on 51 points. Stan Ticknam is down to 8th position after his DNF. He's on 66 points, tied with Mick Schumacher, who's 2nd place, and pole. Will give him 66 points now. Nobuharu Matsushita DNFs. He's down to 6th with 69 points, 2 trailing from Kalamila in the Univirtuosi in 71. And Marcus Armstrong is back up to 4th place after a strong points finish in this feature race. Gian Darubala picks up 2 points. He's going to pick up 87 now. He's in 3rd place, but he is off of Yuki Tsunoda. He is 26 off of Yuki Tsunoda in the Carlin, who's now 198 back from us in the Carlin. Team standings, Trident 12 points at the bottom still, despite Roy Nissany picking up more points for them. High-Tech are on 22 and 10th. Charouz are down to 9th place with 29 points. Campos are up 1 to 8th on 44. The Dams are going to drop to 70th, or drop to 7th with 70 points. MP Motorsports with Matsushita's DNF also dropped down to 6th on 73. ART and Armstrong are going to power themselves back up to 5th place on 75 points, but they are 38 behind Prima Racing in 4th, who are just 9 points off of Univirtuosi in 3rd. Carlin are 78 ahead of them in 2nd place at 149 off us on the top. That is the end of the feature race. We got the sprint race coming up, so you definitely don't want to miss it. Sprint race, it's going to start in the wet, mind you. Let's go.
Welcome back for the final event of the weekend, the sprint race. Here, the top 8 from yesterday's feature race are reversed to make up the grid below us, and in just a few minutes, those drivers will be hurtling down into turn 1. I'm Alex Jakes, and alongside me in the dry confines of the commentary box, former 2012 GP2 champion Davide Valsecchi. Tyre choice is important no matter what the conditions are, Davide, but do you see it having more significance today?
Oh, you know it will, Alex. Remember that in Formula 2 there are not intermediate tires, so deciding when to switch to the wet compound can have a massive impact on the race and your strategy. Nothing tests a driver's skill like the wet. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Okay, so wet conditions. It is going to be dry air towards the end. You can see 5, 10, 15, 30, 45, 60, 90, 120. So 45 and 60. It's expected to be a 47-minute race, so you figure probably right around lap 23, 24, I think we're going to start to see a drying track. Should be pretty interesting. We are going to take a quick break, though. We're going to kick it over to a break. And I'm going to take about 3, maybe 5 minutes again, and then we'll be back for the sprint race here in Hungary. You don't want to miss it. I'll be right back. Oh, wow, lag. All of a sudden. Okay, well I came back and there's lag, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run, I'm gonna reset the internet because apparently it's taken a nosedive, okay? So we're gonna reset the internet, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna have to reset the router, and then we'll get into the sprint race, okay? We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Apologies. Apologies. I had a DM I had to take. I got on, and I had a DM I had to take, so I was a little bit more delayed than usual. I apologize. But we're back, and it's time for the sprint race. So let's get into it then. Rain to start, but drying track late on. And we're starting in reverse grid order in P8.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
No, you don't want to bog down. Last thing you want to do is stall on the grid. P8 for the sprint race.
You're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 more minutes of rain. So the rain's going to end quickly. I thought the rain was going to go for at least 30 minutes. 10 more minutes of rain. So really, we could wind up being on the dries like lap 11, maybe lap 13, something like that. Which is a shocker to me. I didn't expect to really. I expected there to be a chance that the track doesn't even dry out by the end of the race. Or if we went on the dries, it would be very much towards the end of the race. I think it's a 28-lap race. So I was thinking like lap 23, 25, maybe we go over to dries or something like that. I did not expect this at all. So. Well, actually, it makes sense. So let's say 30 to 45 minutes, right, was the window, right? So let's say, and oh man, the internet just took a nosedive again. I don't know why. I just reset the router. Why is the internet nosediving? Might have to reboot the internet again. I think I'm going to. Alright. Sorry. Another break. Gonna have to reboot the internet again. We'll be right back. Back again. Sorry. Internet problems. Sorry. It is what it is. Back again. Can't wait till the block opens, that's for sure. There we go. Reverse grid order, we are P6. I'm sorry, we are P8. Schumacher 7, Aiken is 6. Sonoda 5th, Eilert 4th, Armstrong is 3rd. I think Roy Nassani is 2nd, I want to say, and I can't remember. And Jihan Darubla has pole, so the two Carlins are both ahead of us, which is
The rest of the
big
grid is forming
concern.
up.
So
Be patient and watch for the lights.
watch for the lights. The rest of the grid is pretty much formed up. Last car is in place now. Here we go. What a start. Aikens had a very poor start. We dove up on the inside of him. Eilert's got to be careful of us. We're going to go right down the middle. If we can. Oh, I have like no frames, but somehow we don't bump another car. And we've improved the position. P7. Ooh. Aikens having a go. Oh, man. We're right behind the gearbox of Schumacher. We're going to dive up on the inside of him. We're going to get a warning, probably.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
We kind of really pushed him off the track there. But it's okay, it's P6. So we improved 2 positions. Struggling with frame rate here. Very inconsistent. Interestingly enough. This is a turn that's going to be very tricky in the wet because in the dry, you remember, we were loose around this turn anyway, and now in the wet. Daruvla gets the fastest lap. We're not going to do that. That's a 154 for us. And I definitely broke late. That was disaster waiting to happen. We broke very deep. So much so that Schumacher wants to come up on our inside. We can't really squeeze him. Is he going to get by us? He's going to have us on the inside. And we get him to back out of it. Going down to the turn 4, or through turn 3. So he backs out of it. Caution, there's a yellow flag in this sector. Don't know what for. Schwartzman gone, he's out of the session. Schwartzman's blown an engine, I believe. Trying to gain on Isla. He's just a little bit too quick, I think. We really flubbed sector 1, so we lost a lot of time there. Gained a lot of time there through 12, though. Same with 13. Yeah, we lost a lot of frames there. Going down 14, this is where I lost a lot of frames, so. Got the 145.3. We're going to come in on 145.7. Schumacher's not up or inside. I broke way too late anyway. I wonder why we're struggling now all of a sudden with the frames, but
there's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Straight line speed is amazing. Ticked up behind us actually puts in the fastest lap. Come on. Man, I'm gonna rewind the shit out of this. And there's something. Let's turn down the graphic. Everything's maxed. So we're gonna pretty much bump everything down one. I mean, even the menu is lagging. Submany settings will not take effect until the game is restarted. But that feels a lot better. Oh my god. Gaining on Nylon. Can we make a dive bomb? We do. Can we make it stick is the question. He wants to come back at us. We do. That is P5. 1:25 there. I have had a lag spike. Why is there a lag spike again all of a sudden? There we go. Mick Schumacher behind us has done the
Schumacher has
fastest
just
lap.
put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
Ilott wants to have a go. We're just sticking it. We're just sticking it. It is 28 laps. I'm trying to reel Sonoda in. We got a really good exit of that corner. I don't think I can bomb him into the chicane, obviously. Ah, I hit his rear. No, that was terrible. That was even worse than last time. Oh my God, Sonoda, stop it! Can't catch it right now, but I know I'm quicker in some turns than him. That was very good. Can I bomb him here? We do go up the inside and we do get the position. That is P4. Marcus Armstrong now ahead of us. Rufla puts in a 1:25.1.
Just set the fastest lap of the race.
But that's finally been pipped by our fastest lap. It's a 1:44.6. It's going to be very hard to handle this turn because Armstrong.
Confirmed.
That was terrible frame skip. Cost us a lot of time, that frame skip. But we're on Armstrong's case here. We're really trying. Whoa, like, what the fuck? I think it might just be the wet, but we've done wet races before and it's not been this bad, so. I don't know of anything running in the background either. I think if we can bomb them and get in front, it'll be easier on the CPU as well. There won't be so many cars in front to load, but we'll see. It's just confirmation I need a new laptop, really. I spun the car. I spun the car because of this game. The game skip. The frame skips through 13. We're in his slipstream, but slid in there. I banged him up. Armstrong's probably gonna have to pit. for a new front wing, because we definitely fucked him over there quite hard. And now it's Roy Nassani. We're purple through first sector. Man, three seconds up the road is Darugla, man. I just tapped him. I just tapped him too. See if I can get him around 13 here. Oh, the tires slid a bit too much. Fuck, man. This was okay, but I broke way too early for this shit. He's got so much straight. The AI just has so much acceleration out of the corners. Nice. Fucking Jeff borked. Jeff's broken. I broke Jeff. My name is Jeff. Trying to stay close to Nassani. Come on, man. Come on, man. Problem too is with me being held up behind Nassani, Darugla's just continuing to get away. I'm gonna bomb Nassani here though. That is gonna work. That is P2. Nice. 1:44.6, that's the fastest lap of the race. But we have got 3.2 seconds in front of us to Jihan Darugla. We're trying to chase down. I think we can get him. I think we can get him. down to 2.7 now, so I think we're going to wind up chasing him down. The question is, oh, we got a track limit warning there. I think the question for me is, how long are these conditions going to last? Because I think it has stopped raining. It has pretty much stopped raining, so. So the wets are not going to be the tire pretty soon. I don't have Jeff. Jeff's broken. Nice game code, Masters. That was awful. That was such an awful corner. There's no drying line yet. That was also awful. That is so bad. Now I have Jeff all of a sudden. Now Jeff's broken again. Everything's broken. Jesus Christ. Jeff, can you fucking work? Game's bugging out, man. Red in that middle sector. We lost a lot of time in that middle sector. I'm keeping an eye on G-Hand to see if he comes into pit. He's not pitting. So we go another lap on the wets. Go another lap on the wets, lap 10. We're trying to chase him down. That is bull. Ah. We're gaining again, though. Oh, man, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to lower the settings again because I have no idea what's going on, but it's the spikes, the frame spikes are just too inconsistent. so we're catching him. He's not pitting. I think it's a little too wet for dries anyway. He's not pitting though. We've just done another fastest lap. We're having a little bit of a lag spike here. Oh man, come on now. What the I have no idea what's going on with the internet, man. I think it's just T-Mobile being shit. Okay. We put a lot of distance between us and the Sonic. It's 3 seconds for us. We're trying to catch Daruvla. That's the frame skips I'm talking about, man. I have no idea what's going on. It's not the game. I think something's going running in the background in the PC all of a sudden that I didn't launch. Trying to cut the gap down. We're down below 2 seconds now. That's purple through Sector 2. That is the sector that we are historically the slowest in, or have been all weekend long. We have got Daruvla in our sights. It is still raining. It's very light. It's light rain. He's got the straight line speed. But we're beating him in the corners. We're setting the fastest laps, a 43.9 now. I don't have Jeff. Track seems to be drying out as well. I'm getting the warnings because of the frame skips. That's the problem I have. Nice. There we go. He's within a second now. Another purple sector in Sector 2. Come on. Come here, Jihan. What nice big cheeks you have. Whoa! There's a drying line starting to form now. We're in the slipstream. That's another fastest lap of 43.6. But there's a definite drying line forming on the track. Are we going for the bomb? We're going for the bomb. And we get the move done. That is the lead. That is the lead done and dusted, my friends. Now, the task is to put space between me and Daruvla. Nice. That frame skip. Nice, that's felt so good to get that past. 143.6. Slower 143.6, but still a 143.6. There at turn 4 or turn 3. I get a little bit of the frame skipping, but we're doing well. We're in the lead. Putting time between us and Daruvla now. The question is, when is the track going to go over dries? We've done half the sprint race on the wet tires. Watching the field intently to see when they go on to the dry compound tires. That's for sure. I think it's still, conditions are still, you know, there for the wets. Another fastest lap, 43.5. Nicely done. I lost a lot of time in that corner. The slide down to turn 2 is something we're going to have to manage better because that was terrible. But then again, we took turn 3 pretty terrible as well. That's all frame skip that was. That was some bullshit. Bad corners and Daruvla's right back in it. That's the problem, is that you can gain time in some of these corners when I take them terribly or get frame skipping in them. So again with the rear. Again with the rear. And again with the lag. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to reset. I'm watching this now, because this might be another router reset here. I don't know what's causing this. I just think T-Mobile's garbage. It did storm today, right? But it stormed around like 4 o'clock, And it stormed for like 20 minutes. That was it. And it wasn't even lightning. It was just fucking rain. That was it. So, if I'm going to have to actually reset the internet, I'm going to have to actually reset the internet this time again, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to. Okay. So it's another router reset. It's our third router reset of the stream. So bear with us. Apologies again, but we will be right back with another, with hopefully the conclusion of the sprint race. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry. We're back. I'm having a look at the CPU, and the CPU looks fine. It's only on 60%. So, don't know what is taking up so much memory. Whatever. Memory's at 60% or 58.5. 50. Sorry, memory's at 50. And CPU's at 60, so. Still think the track requires wet tires here. But Rubla is kind of been a hard one to shake, really. He's been hard to shake, to say the least. That was. There we go. Nice, there we go. I feel like we're nailing some corners, but that gap between us and G-Hand's just not increasing, and that's the problem. Because he is definitely quicker on the straights. We're having a pretty slow lap ourselves, though. We're red in both the first two sectors. 47 the gap as we go over the line. It's a 44.0. Oh, that's right. Jeff is bugged. Jeff is bugged this whole race. So I can't even check the time that he's doing because he's bugged. Everyone's still on the wets. Much better turn 3. Turn 2, turn 3 was solid. The track does feel like it's getting faster as well. Still think we go again. We're actually approaching that target that I said was going to be there for the wets anyway, and or for the switch over to the dries. I mean, I'm sorry. And it's not raining. Like we've been at least 4 or 5 laps without rain. I know the effect's still on the screen, but it's very easy to tell that it's not raining. Got the gap up to Gihan to 3 seconds now. I'd love to build it more. Trying to build it more. We're pretty quick in that. Literally that last turn of sector 2 and then the last sector. That's where we put a lot of time on it. Nice. The track is definitely starting to dry down. I know I've said that all race long, but like you can feel the tires start to stick in some areas where previously they were not. They were very understeery. That was terrible. That was awful. Oh well, the difference between grip between the third gear and the third gear and the second gear is like night and day. Way too much frame loss there. Way too much frame loss. tires sliding around a little bit more here. 45%. Wow, that's bad. We gotta make sure these tires last to the end. 45%. We still have almost nine, just over 9 laps. So, DRS enabled. We gotta come in. No, we're not putting new wets on. Putting used softs on. He's gained a lot of time on us, Rubla. He's right behind us. We got to beat him out of the pits. We're putting the used softs on. .7. Can we? Do we come out ahead of him? Do we come out behind him? We come out ahead of him, I think. Yes, we're going to be ahead of Daruvla. Right when we needed it most. The team comes through with a very clutch pit stop. Nasani has not pitted. How worn are these tires? Not too bad. Probably can get us through to the end, so. Nine laps to the end. Roy Nassani, 17 seconds ahead. Guan Yu Zhou is behind us. He is. Oh man, it's still really wet. We probably could have gotten away with the wets for another lap. I was saying, like, why the skip? I have no fucking clue. Like that is a big no-no. We skipped right here, and it skipped me. Basically, the frame skips. Like, threw me too deep into the braking zone. Cars really slide, but as the track continues to drive, we're going to be in a much better position. Purple through the middle sector. Now's our chance to really put in a fast lap. So we weren't too far off, by the way, from our target. We came in to pit on lap 19. We on lap 19. We said 23. It's now 20 when we came out of the pits, so. Zhou and Nassani are pitting. We are going to pass them in the pits, so it's back to us versus Daruvla again. Got to hope the track dries a little more. We can find that pace that we had in the feature race. See, there's still puddles. Come on, mate. Come on now. it's still a little tricky. But dries are definitely the right tire. He's got the pace. He's cut a half a second down. That's my worry. I didn't even full throttle that shit. And the fucking back end just goes. I don't know why he wants me to box. .5. Drew was probably going to take the fastest lap. Yeah, 139.5. So he's a second quicker. Ilot now, 139.5 still. That's the pace we have to beat with the track. 139.3 from Sonoda. Track's not really trying. Drew is 139.1 now. Fucking stupid. Ah, the fucking frame loss. No. That second gear does that. Second gear spins the car. And that's my only issue. Matsushita with the 38 now. I guess the big difference is they're on the mediums and I'm on the softs. That's why maybe I'm sliding around a bit more, but let's go. Now, 38.6, there you go. Instantly outdone by a 38.5. Instantly outdone by a 38.3, okay. And I've lost the car. There's Armstrong's 38.3. A little bit of 38.3. I'm having way too much fucking frame loss going down into turn 2. Like through turn 2. And through turn 3. That's right. 6 laps to go. Track is really dried out now. A lot of the puddles are gone. .37.8. Wow. .37.7. The laps just keep getting quicker. as the track continues to dry. Purple and green. I'll take it so far. I'm not boxing, Jeff. 41% on the front left. 5 laps to go though. 37.2 now. Yeah, I should have put on the mediums probably. But I thought our qualifying pair didn't have that much wear on it. .37 flat. Oh my lord. Track's almost completely dry. .36 now for the fastest lap. Right behind my, he's right on my ass now. DRS is enabled, so I have to be careful of that. He will not have it going down to turn 1. But he is 36.5, man. What have I got to do to beat this guy? Like, why are the tires still acting like it's the fucking wet? That's my question. Like, why? They still slide anywhere, which way? Like it's not wet anymore. We can stop the slide. Like, why the fuck? Oh, man, this is so frustrating. I get that they're worn. I get it. But I had better grip with tires on 45%. Like, fucking frame loss there. Going down to the. There we go. 35.9. Jack Aitken coming in here. But we're purple through the first 2 sectors. Maybe all the standing order's finally gone. And that's why the tires are starting to come in a little bit. A terrible corner, but a 35.3 could be broken. Could be. But will it? Maybe the drives are starting to come in a little bit more. Purple again in Sector 1. 3 laps to go. Softs are starting to come in a little more. That's the big bonus here. Is that these tires are starting to come back a little bit to me. So I don't know why. There's a quicker 35.3. I don't know why, but the softs acted like freaking like just were so loose, even though they were somewhat raced. So I have no idea. Maybe it just required a completely dry track. That is a time limit. We're not going to finish the other 2 laps. That's the time limit. When we come home in first place, give me the pizza. That was frustrating. That was so fucking frustrating. I'm not even going to lie. I'm just like so flustered. But I was mad that the tires there was no grip in them. Like, you saw how many times first off, I'm frustrated about the internet. But second off, I'm frustrated about the frame skipping I experienced all of a sudden in the sprint race as opposed to the feature race, which was completely fine. I practiced in qualifying, had wet, rainy conditions, and that was fine, so.
And that brings to an end another great race. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
Thanks again, Davide. Sleep on the job.
And as the adrenaline dies down after another eventful race, here come our top 3 out onto the podium.
Man, Derufilla really had pace. Is that Marcus Armstrong with a podium? Is that Marcus Armstrong with a podium? Man who struggled for like 3-4 races. Maybe 5 even. Since a good start of the season. And he's got a podium. Yeah, very frustrating race. Should have gone on some fresh mediums, but gone on to the softs.
It's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Duchess increases their championship lead. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Look at where they finished compared to where they started. It's not easy to cut through the field like that in Formula 2, so it was a great effort.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams' Championship. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack.
Really?
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Oh, yeah, by a single point. So, Schwartzman DNFs. Galil in the dams finishes last and 21st where he started. Sato 20th where he started. Aiken is down from 6th to 19th. I think we kind of fucked him up though. Oh, we don't. Where's the race director? Race director. So Sato and Tictum had another collision. Schwartzman had a mechanical failure. And I think Aiken had to pit for the front wing. Sato definitely did. Aiken did on lap 21. So Aiken did something later on in the race that busted his wing up. So he had to pit twice. Giotto finishes 18th where he started. Drugovic 17th where he started. Markelov drops 2 to 16th from his 14th start. Nobuharu Matsushita up 7 from his 22nd start after DNFing in the feature race. Dan ticked him up to 14th from up 5 from 19th. Gully Hermes-Samaya up 2 to 13th from 15th. Louis Delatraz swaps the position with his teammate Pedro Piquet, who's up 2 in 11th. Delatraz 12th. Mazepin finishes 10th, up from 12th. Lundgaard 9th, where he started for ART. Guan Yu Zhou finishes up to 8th from 10th. That will be enough to get him a point. Tsunoda down from 5th to 7th. That is enough to get him 4 points. He actually finished with the fastest lap. He pipped us to the fastest lap. Roy Nissany in the Trident started second. He drops to 6th. He gets 4 more points. Mick Schumacher up to the 5th from 7th. He gets 6 points. Cullen Milot is going to finish where he started in 4th. Marcus Armstrong finishes where he starts in 3rd. It's his first podium since, I think, the 2nd race weekend of the season. Jihan Daruvla in the Carlin drops 1, although I had to really hold on to the car the second. We finished 1st in the driver's standings. Gulli Hamir Samaya still on nothing. Pedro Pique still on nothing. Marina Sato still without points. Nikita Mazepin down to 19th on 2. Christian Lundgaard in 18th on 2. Sean Khalil 17th on 4. Drogovic for MP Motorsport is in 16th on 4. Roy Nissany, more points for the Trident driver means he gets up to 16. He's only 4 behind Luca Giotto now in 14th for High Tech. Louis Delatraz and Charouz on 29 and 13th. Artem Markelov, our teammate, drops to 12th. He's on 38 points. Jack Aikens up to 11th. He's on 44. Robert Schwartzman in the Prima is down to 10th on 47. Guan Yu Zhou is 52. He's up to 9th for Uni Virtuosi. Dan Ticktum and Dams down to 8th on 66. Nobuharu Matsushita drops to 7th on 69. Mick Schumacher jumps to 6th for Prima on 72. Cullen Milot is up to 5th for Uni Virtuosi with 79. Marcus Armstrong launches himself back into the top 5 to finish 4th after the weekend's done with 83. He's only 16 behind Jihan Daruvla, who actually increased that gap with a 2nd place finish in the sprint race, and he's pulled within 18 points. I'm sorry. He's pulled, yes, within 18 points of his teammate Yuki Tsunoda in the Carlin as well. We are 209 clear at the top. Now for the team standings, Trident on 16, still at the bottom. High Tech on 22 are still in 10th. Charouz on 29 are still in 9th. Campos 40, but nobody's changed positions after the sprint race. Campos at 44 and 8th. Dams is 70 and 7th. They're only 3 back from MP Motorsport in 6th, who are now 12 back from ART. In 5th, Prima are on 119, trying to chase down in 4th, trying to chase down Uni Virtuosi in 3rd, or 12 points? 12 points ahead of them, with 131. They are, man, what is that? 85 points back from Carlin, who are 148 off the top. So that is the end of the sprint race. And that is the end of a frustrating Hungaroring. I was losing my mind at the end there. I was so frustrated. So my bad. I was really getting flustered. But brought it home in the end. Spa-Francorchamps for round 8 of the season. Not looking forward to this, but it is going to be Spa. And so practice, full qualifying, all dry. Feature race has some rain in it. Sprint race is dry. So, round 8 of 12 will be in Belgium at Spa. That'll be a later date and time. We are pretty much done. Big thanks to FIPO for stopping by. We are going to be out. We're going to be back tomorrow with our round 7. We'll be back tomorrow with round 7 of the Wolves Angels F1 team, and that'll be at Paul Ricard in France. So Paul Ricard, round 7 of Wolves Angels F1 team. Looking forward to it. Big thank you to FIBO for stopping by. Big thank you to everybody that lurked, watched, everything else. Super appreciated. We'll be back tomorrow with Wolves Angels F1 team. We're going to leave you again with the Sugar Cookie by Daystar. I need to actually get up the Twitch chat so that I can post the credits that they request every time we play the song. So let us do that very quickly. But yes, big thank you. And we will see you back here tomorrow. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.